Here we go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Draft season is underway, baby. And we got to talk about some rookie trends on the running backs because this preseason and training camp did showcase a lot of talent for these rookies. Where we taking them in our drafts, where's their stock residing as we sit today. Got a boatload for you here. We got a lot of rookies to discuss, man. First on the board is Bijan Robinson. Obviously, his trend is still flying way up this board. The man is unstoppable right now. Didn't see a lot of preseason action, but we already know what Bijan is going to be. The second coming to likes of a rookie season, like what we saw from Saquon Barkley, going to be heavily utilized in that pass game. He could legit have over 1,100 rush yards and somewhere in the range of 45, 55 catches. This season, they could be playing from behind quite a bit, so a lot of garbage time PPR upside will be there for Bijan, so definitely he is on the rise, as is Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, again, we didn't see a whole lot in the preseason, but what we did see in training camp, he's just cooking defenders everywhere on this field. He does have the shades to the likes of another Alvin Kamara in the making. You gotta love it. He's going to be utilized in this Detroit Lion offense quite a bit, and I think he will be a focal point, especially with a guy like David Montgomery, spelling him from time to time, but I do believe his usage will be heavy and high in the pass game, so I do like that a lot. Gibbs on the ups, man. Zach Charbonnet. Okay, he's kind of on the even kill for me. He didn't really, move the needle. I could have put him on the down somewhat, but he did make a few good runs. I do like the man. I think that his skill set is extremely strong. Big man with light feet that can run. Here's another one in Zach Charbonnet. He's going to be split backfield likely with a Kenny Walker III. And on the even right now, he did suffer that injury, but came back rather quickly in camp. So for me, he's on the even. Didn't go too high, didn't go too low. He's just on that even spot there we like. Tank Bigsby, he's on the ups. I love me some Tank. Told y'all, going all the way back to his scouting report during that draft process. Loved his game, and I think it's just going to be wonders here in Jacksonville. They got the new Thunder and Lightning. T2 is what I'm calling it, Travis and Tank. They're going to do some damage this year. Thunder and Lightning, this is what you're going to be doing. This Jags offense looks good. Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley going to be taking this offense to another level this year, which means Etienne and Tank should have very good roles, sizable roles that could be producing in fantasy football. For Tank especially, we already know Travis is going to ball out, but for Tank, he could definitely be that spell back, goal line back where we see it happen this season. Tank is definitely on the rise for me. Tajay Spears, he's on the even, kind of like Charbonnet, because, he had that one very nice long run with the Tennessee Titans. I just don't see his role being extremely vast here in year one with Derrick Henry. He will get his, touches, the viable touches, and he will be likely that explosive back that we're looking for as well. Home run house calls will be the MO for a Tajay Spears in this offense. I do like him a lot. I put him at the even right now. Didn't disappoint me. Didn't make me, turn my head and say, wow, outside of that one long TD run. So he's on the even, still a very good talent. Devin off the A-chain. He's on the down. My God. He's on the down right now. Suffered that injury. Did not look overly explosive in preseason. Few good plays here and there. I'm still a big supporter of A-Chain, but now we're hearing rumblings potential-wise of a Jonathan Taylor going to these Miami Dolphins. The deadline is Tuesday on cut down day, so we'll see what happens with Devin A-Chain if Jonathan Taylor does make his way to these Dolphins. I got him on the down. Injury and JT, that's no good, no bueno for me for fantasy football. Kenny McIntosh, next one, he's on the down, obviously with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker III. Outside of injuries to these two gentlemen, Kenny's going to have a very limited role, likely more so in the pass game on, specialized plays that are made and created for him in this offense. Outside of that, Kenny is on the down. Did not do much in this preseason and training camp. He's good. I like his talent as well, but right now he's on the down. We can't trust it in fantasy football. Roschon Johnson, he's on the even. I could have put him on the high. I'm kind of curious to see what his role is going to be. Khalil Herbert looked explosive. He looked good, and I believe they're going to give him the keys to this offense to start the season. I do believe Roschon's, skill set will be promoted here in this Chicago Bears offense this season, but it may be curtailed early on, and as we get to like week 10 and after, and depending on an injury, then we could see Roschon go. He is an exceptional handcuff for y'all this season, but in Dynasty, definitely he is one to keep on your roster. He's on the even kill for me right now. Sean Tucker, Tampa Bay Bucks. I got him on the ups, man. If it wasn't for that heart issue, this man would have gone in the second or third round due to his skill set so good, but he fell out of the draft, undrafted rookie free agent due to the heart issue. He looks good, man. He's been cleared on the field. Him and Rachaad White, basically, this is their backfield. So I've got to say, as this preseason continued to move forward, we saw more likes of Sean Tucker. I do like it a lot. We will have to, wait and see. Pause just a little bit. First few weeks, we will see how this Buccaneers offense does roll, and I do believe Sean Tucker, once he gets on that field, he's going to be very hard to take off. He's on the ups for me. Israel Abanikanda. I'm sorry, bro, you're on the down because they signed Dalvin Cook. I was hoping, and if Breece Hall comes back earlier than expected from his ACL injury, will Breece be playing a lot as the, early stages of the regular season? I don't see it as well. Maybe here and there, but it's going to be Dalvin to carry the load early on this offense in this for this regular season. Perhaps the first 6 weeks we see a lot of Dalvin, and then Breece starts coming back. This puts Israel on the back burners for now. Next year, maybe still a good dynasty hold, but in redraft, we're not really touching Israel outside of injury. Chase Brown, Cincinnati Bengals, he's on the even for me. Did very well this preseason, showcased everything I thought he was going to be able to be. He could potentially be the replacement for a Joe Mixon down the road. This is big. I mean, okay, Mixon right now, he wants his contract. Obviously, he's going to continue to play hard for this Bengals offense. Joey B still dealing with that calf injury. No news on if he's going to start week 1. We're going to be waiting patiently for that one. But Chase Brown did more than enough. I mean, with Chris Evans in the backfield as well, likely taking touches this season, but he's the perfect complement to a Joe Mixon, where a Chase Brown could mimic what Joe Mixon does, so he's on the even for me. Kendre Miller, he's on the ups because we're going to get early on stage of fantasy productivity from him as Alvin Kamara deals with that 3-game suspension. He did deal with injuries, Miller did, but he came back. He looks good, and I think that, in this offense, we could see another, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram type of situation with a Kendre Miller. I do like his game. He is on the ups for me. Zach Evans on the downs. I just can't trust it. Haven't heard near enough of his name to be, super happy about it. He's not terribly, he wasn't terrible, I should say, this entire, offseason, but just not near enough of how these Rams want to utilize him in this offense. Cam Akers definitely getting the nod of approval, and this offense could be very porous here in L.A. with the Rams, as Matthew Stafford says that he is having a hard time, getting to understand these youngsters, so it's just not a good situation in L.A. right now. Don't like it whatsoever. DeWayne McBride also on the down. I know a lot of y'all were super high on DeWayne McBride. I was lukewarm. I believe that he could carve out a role for himself. I'm just not waiting for it like a lot of you are. You do got Ty Chandler, Alexander Mattison going to be in this offense as a 1-2 punch likely, with maybe McBride getting some touches sprinkled in, I should say. But I do believe, and I've been saying it all offseason, that this Vikings offense wants to be more explosive in the pass game. Now with a Jordan Addison, with JJ, I just don't see how a big role for McBride is going to fit this season. Potentially next year we could have a different story, but this year, not so much. He's on the down for me right now. Deuce Vaughn, the Jitterbug. What did I tell y'all? If y'all missed my scouting report on the Jitterbug, Deuce Vaughn, go check it out. It is down here in the pile of videos. But I love me some Deuce Vaughn. I told y'all, even though he's like 5'5", and he's put together, I should say it that way. He's 5'5", he's small. But he's just such an explosive talent that you won't be able to keep him off the field. He makes people miss. He gets small behind that line, and they can't find the man. You go watch K-State, any games that he played at K-State, he will show you exactly what he did, and he's proving it with these Cowboys in the big leagues. I love me Deuce Vaughn. If Dynasty, absolutely put him on your roster. Can we trust him in redraft if you're in a deeper league? Absolutely. 14-team leagues, absolutely get Deuce on your bench. He could be another Darren Sproles in the making. Chris Rodriguez, he is on the even for me. He's had some turnovers. I mean, okay, he played decently well, fumbled the ball a couple times if I'm not mistaken. He's okay, but I do believe this offense is going to be through Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson, Gibby. So I just don't see a big role for him this year in year one for him, for Chris Rodriguez with these Commanders. So I think that it's going to be very interesting how his role does, morph in this offense. We'll see how that does go. He's on the even for me. Same with Eric Gray, New York Giants. I do like his game. Also liked him at OU a lot. And I mean, you got Saquon Barkley in front of you, so until Saquon is no longer on this club, then we can start the chatter. But Gray did nothing to diminish his stock and his potential reliability in this league. I do like his skill set, but he's definitely on the even for me. More of a dynasty stash than anything else. Keaton Mitchell, Baltimore Ravens. He dealt with an injury, hence why he's on the down for me. These Ravens with their, revolving door of running backs. You still got Dobbins and Gus Edwards. Going to be likely the 1-2 punch this season, but Mitchell has a lot of skills, man. Lots of speed, lots of power. I do like his games. He's got some hands. But we got to see him come back from this injury. Was no bueno, going down. But he's definitely on the down for me as we start this season right now. 2 uprisers for me that were not expected was Emmanuel Wilson and Elijah Dotson. Green Bay Packers and Los Angeles Chargers, respectively, both had very good, strong preseasons. Dotson flashed that speed, explosive ability, where Wilson was absolutely the in-between-the-tackles runner, able to make the defense pay when he was running the football. Do like the skill set of these two gentlemen. We'll see if they do get to, jump on these rosters, because they were both undrafted rookie free agents, so it's a long task, big hill to climb, but they both looked absolutely phenomenal this preseason, so they're definitely on the rise for me. 2 guys to watch out for. If they do make these clubs, definitely Dynasty, go pick them up right now, Dotson and Wilson. But I mean, in redraft, we will have to see injuries would have to transpire for them to get any kind of viable fantasy football productivity. But Dynasty, absolutely get them on your taxi squad and hope for the best. But there you have it. That is running back trends on the trending up and down. Where do they sit right now as we get closer to the regular season? Fantasy draft season is underway, like I said. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What are y'all thinking of these running backs? Who you in on? Who you out on? You drafting any of these guys in redraft? Throw them in the comments. Outside of Bijan and Gibbs, I get it. Who else are you drafting? But we'll see you next time. I am out.